Ladies and gentlemen, Kazampo and welcome up in the misty skies of Thimphu underneath the scenic views of the RTC artificial turf. We are here with yet another match day of round 2 of the BoB Bhutan Premier League. And entering the ground right now is RTC FC in blue and white and BFF Academy in their national orange. A lot at stake right now between the two teams as they have a long way up to the top. Everything to fight for, nothing to lose as we await the national anthem to get things going. Before we begin, this is your commentator, Oginta Shitoji, to take you through the day. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Kazampo and welcome up in the scenic skies underneath the artificial turf here at RTC. Just had a little bit of rain, but it has since gone out for a magical view. But without further ado, here is the starting 11 for RTC, the home side. And head coach again, it is Denum Namgil on goal, Sange. Number 30, Abdul Majid Shamate, 16, Ugintoji Tro Chimichong, who's been branded as the captain for the home side. Tenzin Legdrum has gotten the start. Pemazangpo Vampire as always, 8, Keza Jimmy 23, Jimmy Situm 17, Keza Tenzin 11, and Nathaniel Tete. They're starting 11. A couple of good names in the bench as well. Dilip, who we saw get the start in the last couple of games, has now been placed on the bench. But as we always know, that spark of life, that spark of energy, always a helpful option off the bench. But facing them today is BFF Academy under head coach Karmadema. It is Sherab Toji, Sheru on goal, Tanipenjo on the bench. Kilipenjo 22, Desha Draka Toji, 14, Chogala Sherab 3, King Awachu 2, Hum Tenzin 34, Som Toji 10, Tanin Chawang 12, Chinese 19, Rinzin Toji, their captain 7, and Tanin Punso 11 for BFF Academy. A couple of names on the bench they could go to later, such as Tinder Jump, so maybe a couple more, but it is still a strong option. Both teams started off strong, started off with amazing victories. RTC with a 4-goal demolition where we saw their forward Sador Jakhanov make a dramatic impact to their start alongside Jigdrill. But since then, it has been a troubling start. BFF Academy the same as well. Once league leaders, now that memory only a shadow of doubt far behind. But right now, both teams with a solid chance. RTC fourth on the table, 5 points clear, 5 points below Transport United, who have solidly placed themselves in the race in the top 3. A game behind, but still anybody's to take. So a lot for RTC to gain here if they get the 3 points today. Their last 5 have been a draw, loss, win, win, and a draw. So a 3 here will place them within 2 points of Transport United, who currently are at third, who faced a setback for Sesugan Academy, who earned their most recent point in that forced draw. 90 minutes of a goalless drama down at Chang Limitang. On the other end, BFF Academy, since having a terrific start, they have lost 4 of their last 5 games. They drew their most recent match, and as such, we are here right now with BFF 7th place, 11 points, and the chance to tie RTC up in the top 5. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we now await 90 minutes of exciting drama. And ladies and gentlemen, Zongpo and welcome back to yet another match day here at RTC. This time around, a bunch of new opportunities in the starting 11 for RTC, who are still without their proper captain. Babila seems like his injury was serious. Sharab Dochi not in the bench this time around as well. Did see him start for those 2 amazing matches from the side of RTC. But this time, the home side will be working without the captain's armband at the proper place. However, Choka Chimitsawang, a suitable replacement, does have the presence, does have the leadership. The former Para FC player, 26 years of age. Proper replacement for the captain in that centre-back position alongside Abdul Majid Shamate. A lot of work for them to do early on because BFF Academy, not one of the league's easiest sides to beat by any means. Despite their youth, their oldest player, I believe, is still 18 years old, which is pretty much the average distribution for them at the same time. 16, 17, 18, most of their players. But still, their growth, their physical growth, and their technical ability with the ball on the ground, far beyond their peers of their age and of an elite caliber up here in the BoB Bhutan Premier League too. Tried to put it to an early test there, still couldn't find an advantage. Back out to BFF Academy's goalkeeper. They have opted to put in Sheru instead of Tanipenjo. Thor not really having the best of games, a lot of easy goals conceded. But time and time again, BFF's backline has shown their soul. Chogal setup, a key option in that backline in terms of both offense and defense. This time showing his mettle. Solid pass, Nathaniel Tete, who by no means is the average man. Very tall, in the higher ends of the 180 centimeters mark. But still, Chogal did well, putting up that physical challenge. As we have a little situation with the ball, does seem like the players want a replacement. For RTC fans, Jigdral was a part of the RTC starting 11 just until a couple minutes earlier. It was a last-minute change where Tenzin Leg Group 22 was brought in for RTC. As yet again, another issue with the ball. Probably the rain that messed with the condition of the ball. But right now we do have a little bit of sunshine coming over in all the way from Buddha Point. So it does look like it will be a great weather going forward for the match. It is a bit late. It is a bit chilly, but these players hopefully will have no excuses going forward as Abdul Majid posted up. Nathaniel Tete now down low. Ugindoji. Solid left foot out towards Chauka. Chimisao. Abdul Majid it is. Now up front, try to trade through. Kinzang looking for advantage. Is past Sheru. Kinzang still Kinzang. Unable to find help. Defender able to clip it off. And now BFF sends it away. Close call there. Kinzang almost managed to get past the goalkeeper. But with that turn, did not find space for himself to get that shot off. Did well defending, did well recovering, but may want a bit more awareness in the first couple of minutes of the match from BFF. As Kilipenjo back in possession, down the middle. Dechok Traka, one of the youngest starters for the side of BFF Academy, still only 16 years old. So a lot of potential, a lot of room for maturity from these players. Always an interesting case to see. Can't ever go against BFF because they are the Dragon Kingdom's future after all. Chogal shut up. Unable to keep it under control. Vampire driving up steadily. Released towards that left flank, but Kinzang not expecting that pass at all. Could have had a lot of opportunities develop from that single motion Ramazangpo was bringing to the offense of RTC, but right now that will not do. It is BFF's throw-in. RTC steals it away, but in midfield it is Somtoji able to find possession, keeps it away from Keza Jimmy. Now up front, looking for advantage. Alu plays it towards Rinzentoji. Boot off for Sonam, but ball will play on Rinzentoji all the way off to the left. Had Tanipunso on the wing, but that pass went up way too strong. Had an open lane otherwise to cause problems early on for Dindum Namgil on the other end, but this time it will be an easy pickup for the RTC goalkeeper, Shimizawa. Now up front to Jimmy Setim. It has been a while since we have seen the Uzbekis from the side of RTC. Saeed Jamal, who did get a couple of minutes here and there. Not even in the bench. The same for Sardor, who I'm not sure is a part of the squad right now. Was the high scorer for a while. Jigdral since then overtaking it with so many miraculous contributions. But if you guys follow RTC FC and their Facebook page, we did see that they had two new players signed. One with an amazing presence up high in the air. The other, a familiar name to Brunei's football. Fans of Para FC may know one of the two players that RTC signed, but will not spoil anything as they will not make their debut today. Their names not on the bench, so do stay tuned to our upcoming matches to get an idea of who the new players are. Both teams enjoying a fair share of the ball right now. It has been RTC that has gotten the clearest or the most exhilarating chance so far. Did not really come to fruition with a shot, but the threat alone may be enough. The vision at least manifesting. BFF able to win it strong. Hefty challenge there. RTC still able to find a footing. Frantic chaos. Possession going both ways. Out of which Jimmy Sitim able to find a left foot. Shiro making a clean job of it. It is BFF's possession. Jimmy Sitim. Typically, we did say early on in their campaign, head coach Ugandoji trying that position out for Babila or Isha Gelson, their captain, number 28, is since out with an injury. Since then, Jimmy Sitim doing a calm job assisting Pema Zangpo in that build-up role. Keza Jimmy stepping up. Nathaniel Tete over to Keza. Back out Sitim, lobbing it high, looking for her teammate to make that run in, but his teammates probably wanting a pass more direct. Quick context of the match before going deeper. Last time around in their face-off, it was a tight game until the second half where, I'm sure you all remember, Jigdrell, long-range effort, the rebound cleaned up by Dilip for a mind-blowing goal that gave RTC a much-needed victory during that spell. This time around, similar stakes, a grudge match of sorts for BFF Academy. A lot of players on the side of RTC were former alumni of the youth team. Big names such as Pema Zangpo, have come through the BFF program. Asurinzan Doji, Denum Namge forced it out. Rebound may go over to BFF tackle, gets the ball but deflected by Joka. Amazing timing on that tackle. Close call there. Denum thought he had a bit more comfort going at that first shot that came in, but took it a bit risky, send it out, where Dechok Drucker was looking for an opportunity. Just fortunate that RTC did not end up conceding on that mistake. Again, amazing decisiveness from the 18-year-old captain of the the Young Dragons. Amazing setup from Chinle Yezer as well. That goal always coming to life. Time and time again when BFF needs them, Som Doji, Chinle Yezer and Rinzin, promising prospects from this youth team was a major part of why BFF was ever hopeful this season. their amazing run before the international break, before things started getting disastrous, all credited to the performance of these three. Albeit no shortage of performances from the rest of their team as well in its entirety. Fully capable, technically gifted, hardworking as well. But may want a bit more fruition coming their way today. 3 points could take them far out right now. 11 points tied alongside Sirang. They do have quite a cushion up against the teams in relegation zone. Bhutan Academy 4th, Tensung 5. So only 6 points separating them from the threat of continuously looking up. But that story goes for both ways. Stolen away, BFF lobbed up high. Chile is there, unable to find it in stride, way too far forward. But at the same time, an amazing job from RTC's defense, not allowing that many easy passing lanes. Had to force it to that direction. But unfortunately, it was either let the pass go through or or send it to RTC. Back out to Sitim. A lot of national caliber players in the RTC squad. Same for the women's as well, where they pretty much have the majority of the Dragon ladies in their squad. Did have a couple more joining their squad for the women's campaign as it closed off Tier 3. And we'll be moving on to Tier 1 alongside a couple of other interesting new signings from the rest of the teams. For women's, a lot of Gambian signings. The entirety of Para FC has entered the Gambian market as BFF almost got in. A clean look past Tendum Namge, who was down on the ground after forcing that seal with a challenge. Down the wing. Ugindoji. Sit him. Chinley is there. Still Chinley is there, left footed. Tries to cut it far out. Abdul Majid Chamate able to get there just in time, but the flag was up nonetheless. Opportunity denied for what would have been a dangerous volley there from Sonam Doji. Is smiling, knowing that he could have made the most out of that chance, but it will not matter. A closer look at that. Did well positioning himself in their blind spots, just lost awareness as to whether he was onside or off. May not want to keep making those same mistakes again and again, as eventually they do end up making life really difficult. Steals away your own momentum. Nathaniel Tete. Whistle came in for BFF. Was quite a hard challenge that came in from Nathaniel Tete. But for the most of it, Somdoji, pretty sure he could have fought it off. Just ended up losing balance. And it is now Dodos. A lot of chances we've seen from BFF, despite their youth. Make it very, very hard for their opposition to deal with, because they do not like to give up when they have a chance to get physical. Maybe one of these situations, swerved in, then Namgyal able to punch it out. Right back towards midfield, kept alive by Kilipenjo, right down the middle. It's a fray for everyone. And out of that battle royale, Vampire able to send it up front. Kinzong. King Owachu taking on that assignment. Plenty of time forced in that retreat. Chogal Sharap came in, and that pass stolen off by Kilipenjo. Chile coming in against Chimmy, who gets that release towards his own goalkeeper just in time. The rain picking up just a little bit, making it ever so pleasant for the players. Sange is there. Chimmy hit him. Gunner. Forced out by Sonam. It will still be RTC's throw-in. A closer look at that attempt earlier. Rinzin had the swerve there, but just misjudged the power a little bit. A bit shorter, would have found a teammate. A bit longer, would have found the target. They want to be a bit more decisive in between those two the next time they get that opportunity, because right now, given the physicality we are witnessing, does feel like there will be a lot more opportunities. Back out to Dendo. Chimisewang, formerly a part of Paro, a part of the national squad, both the junior and senior Dragons, all the way back from 2017. Continued it till 2023, still trying to make a comeback. Always hard to miss a talent given the depth we have in that role. A lot of other names as well. Vampire, no doubt. Kezatinzin, no doubt. Ogundoji, a part of the senior national team last year, 2025. Also formerly a part of BFF Academy, so might be fun going up against his juniors. Sonam able to keep that pass under control. Help coming in. Tanipunso has Rinzdoji down the middle. Abdul Majid creating enough of an intimidation down the middle to give them just enough time to send that ball out. Somdoji, at the end of so many challenges from the side of RTC, doing well, fighting it off right now, but may want to be a bit more concerned going into those 50-50s or even protecting the ball. Ball fighting, always fun, always a fun challenge to see here in the game of football, but there may be times when you just have to understand and prioritize your own health. Somdoji on the corner for BFF Academy. Curves it in, but way too strong. Too much going on inside that box. It will be RTC's to take going forward. 19 minutes in, still no advantage created for both sides. They do have a fair number of critical chances created. RTC on the other end did open up the blitzing, but have been on the back end quite recently. Nathaniel Tete finds the lane past Kilipenjo. Right foot clipped off by Chogal. Shut up! The centre back did well keeping stride with the foreign signing for RTC. And Nathaniel Tete, despite the space he had past Kilipenjo, was trapped way down to the line until he had no chance but to send it out. But may still be an advantage. Nathaniel Tete inside. Abdul Majid coming to help out at the end of Vampire's left for the corner. Whipped in. Quite brilliant. Not quite sure if there was a hand in from the goalkeeper. Successful appeal from BFF. Well, not quite. It is still RTC's throw-in. Whipped in again. Header clips off from BFF Vampire. Left foot. Blocked off. Solid recovery there. Abdul Majid sending it out back long. Kinzang. Flag is staying down. Almost gave away an opportunity. Kinzang could have taken it amidst BFF's surprise. But there's your Drakar. Back out Tanipunsa. Chogal. Options for BFF. Tendo punches it out. Almost met a BFF runner down on that left flank, but Vampire able to get on the recovery. Taking on that assignment. Rinzin Doji forced back. Hefty post up there, out of which BFF able to play it quick. There's your Drakar. Now down the middle. Hello. Now over to the wing, but way too far out to that right. Just inaccurate on that pass. And BFF no longer with any initiative. Abdul Majid Chamate has Nathaniel down the middle. Deshodraka, Pemazangpo steals it away. Vampire looking for options. Keeps it lofted over to the left. Set it up for Tenzin Legdrup, who thought he had a runner down on the wing. And Sangye is there. But that will not be the case. An amazing story from the side of Tenzin Legdrup. Has been a solid face we have seen for RTC this season, but did miss out the entirety of last season, going down with a knee injury. Always an amazing story to hear about these guys fighting to come back in for the love of the game. Hopefully he does take it slow, he does keep himself in priority. And hats off to him for doing a solid job on recovering and getting the starting spot for RTC. Only had the rain earlier, now even the wind is picking up. May make the long-range efforts for these players just that much harder, as if the rain was not making the ball heavier early on, as BFF not finding the chemistry that got them so many celebrated goals in the first part of the season. Their international campaign coming up and may not be the form they want to leave it. Guess Jimmy. Off to the wing. Sangye has Vampire, has Chauka. It will go to Pema. Possession one. Nathaniel Tete now on the right, looking to cut in. Challenge met late there from Chogal Sherab. But the referee will signal Tete to come right back in. A closer look at that one was a bit late. But went down a bit too easily for a challenge of that level. Sheru. Pemazangpo way too early on that header. Able to find a recovery to Jimmy Tete. Miscommunication for BFF still. At the end of that long ball from RTC. Deshodraka in the middle. Somtoji. Tried to find an advantage for Tanibunso on that left. He has been making so many brilliant runs. Finding so many gaps in that RTC backline. Just unfortunate that he has not been served a decent ball on his platter. But may not be a story RTC will get to enjoy from long, as BFF making a solid run. Riz Tochi, promising flick right inside, passed over, follow up, over the crossbar. Tenzin with an extraordinary chance that simply ended way too ordinary for BFF's liking. The spark that came in off of that flare from Rinzin Doji and the unselfishness from Tandre Punso to set it up for his teammates. Just lucky that the clearance fell off towards Tenzin as well, but it may be a chance coming in again. On screen is head coach for RTC, Ugindoji. An amazing mind, equally as capable of being vocal with his ideas as well. Rare to find both qualities in coaches, and he is one exception. RTC enjoying a sweet tenure under head coach again. But right now they are in a drop of form compared to last season. But given the new signings they have made, it may look a bit promising in their coming matches as Nathaniel Tete right inside, but Choyal clips it off before it could ever reach the vicinity of danger inside that 6-yard box in front of Sheru. But out of this, RTC now with the corner did not find any success on their earlier efforts. Ended up sending it right towards Sharab Doji, BFF's current goalkeeper, their number 1. Did end up making so many brilliant reads, got to the ball first, but RTC may want to find either Abdul Majid or Nathaniel Tete inside for a proper advantage. Vampire left-footed. Again, Abdul Majid unable to find the end of that ball. Lobbed in again. Leg drop. Chowka did see one go win, but the whistle, way before any of that opportunity matured, it will go back out to Sherab. It was a close call, however. And just seeing that ball go in the back of the net should give them the momentum and the confidence they need. Chimisewa, so far doing an amazing job as captain, has been at the end of so many brutal possessions from the side of BFF. His partnership with Abdul Majid showing no drop in form as BFF may put up yet another challenge. Allo! May have rushed that shot a bit too early, did have runners to work with. But then number 10 decided to take it for himself. Also, can't really question the quality of BFF's number 10. Has delivered time and time again, although unfortunate that it was a miss right now. We do know in the bottom of our hearts that eventually one of these will go in. An amazing talent, may be an interesting matchup for Pema Zangpo. Ligdrup coming in. Gets in enough help, but it is still BFF's to take. Chileze, one of the league's fastest players, and given his youth, simply more to grow as he trains and works harder and harder. Courtesy of his ability with the ball at his feet, courtesy of his ability and pace without the ball at his feet, did get the call up. Bhutan's most recent international campaign versus Cambodia and Sri Lanka, I believe, where it was him who showed the most promise out of the entire Dragon squad in those 2 games. Also, it was their captain who found the only goal in those 2 games in response to the 8 that we conceded in total. But since the international break, it has become more and more harder to expect goals out of the BFF Academy squad. It's Vampire. A bit too lovey-dovey on that possession. It is BFF's now. Chogal set up. Something's in the middle. Good go to anyone. Desha Drakar it is. Kenza coming in from behind. Up front, Kenza Jimmy. But outlet towards Kilipenjo, may not want to get trapped down on the flanks. Able to get that outlet towards Sonam. Lost his balance, still found his man. Chogal Cherab it is. Has amazing power on his feet. Could even decide to send it out towards Chile if he wanted to. Did get it accurate down on the wings. Possession won by BFF. Chile is there as help. Now inside the box. Cutting in. Solid dribble. Rinzen Toji pulls it back. Too much going on. Shot finally goes in. They're not able to get a reaction in. Pema Zangpo at the end of a frantic clearance the other way. And now Nathaniel Tete. Tripped by a late challenge. Lost balance. But BFF will get the play on. Jimmy. Slowly wading around Alu, able to find an outlet back, but BFF. Challenge came in strong there. Legdrup doing well, covering for his defenders. Right now, everywhere on the ground at once. Need him on the wing. He's there. Need him in that back line. He's there. But hopefully that does not compromise their offensive capacity. That certainly is there. Pass right inside, but couldn't find a teammate. BFF still it is. Too congested to try that one. It was an amazing run. Reminiscent to that one. To the efforts from Abayumi or Transport United, where he simply abuses his pace. Right now it was Tinley Yezer who ended up finding a shot there for Rinzin Tochi. Again, look at that, just waited past everyone with a singular touch. They do get a corner opportunity. They play it towards Rinzin Tochi for the first time shot. Way outside the box. Ends up being very poor in terms of quality. Back out towards Sherab Toji. Kilipenjo has Rizdoji down on the flanks. Decided to take it down the middle himself. Chogal Sherab. Tete covering that pass towards Rinzin. Somdoji finding some space for himself. Able to get in with a cheeky touch. Set up. Watanapunso right back inside. Rinzin Toji let it roll. But BFF still able to find possession somehow. Somdoji over the Dunnan. Stolen away. Somdoji faking that left foot. Tried to take in through Ugentochi. 9 out of 10 times that ain't going to work as possession. Now back the other way. Leg drop making a decent run. Pass may be perfect. Yes, it is. Well, no, it was not. Flag is up. It will be possession for BFF the other way. Thought that pass was perfectly weighted as it slowed down considerably for Leg drop at the end of his run. Seems like it ended a bit too late as Nathaniel Tete for RTC able to find space down the middle. Tried to switch it over to that right. A cheeky flick there, unable to find a teammate. Pemazangpo Eres gets past two. Left foot! As BFF's backline crumbling under the pressure of one 21-year-old man for RTC. An amazing series of possessions. Just heart and guts in that possession there from Pemazangpo. But just unfortunate, it did not find the accuracy nor the elevation. But it was decently threatening for Sherab Tochi, who may want to give a couple of words over to his defenders. Play down on the wing. Sweet touch there from Tenipunso. Back out towards Chogal Sherab. Has the ability to play it long. Tries to drive it down the middle. Again, able to keep it under control. Cleared off. A foot clips it. But too much power. Finds Pemazangpo. Nathaniel Tete down on the wing. Sends it in. Solid fight down on the right. Posted up. Nathaniel Tete is strong against the double team. Chogal Sherab does get a foot in. Able to side it away. Pretty sure that did not go out. But the linesman was right up there, so can't really argue with that call. Flag up. RTC's possession. Thought it was a clean steal there from Chogal Sherab. So far, no advantages from similar setups. Pretty much a corner right now. Whistle. Looking for options. Playing it short. Jimmy Sitim has Pemazangpo left-footed from a better angle. Far post. It is a header from BFF that sends it towards Abdul Majid Shabate. Back out to Sange. Joker. Jimmy off to Jimmy Sitim. Gets Jimmy. Down the middle. So Toji may have been a bit reckless there from Keza Jimmy, but the referee will allow play to build on. Inside the box, poked in. RTC right now wanting a handball call. But it will still be play on. Som Doji still down for BFF off of that challenge from Keza Jimmy. Maybe a while until the referee gets to the down number 10 of BFF, and medics are in immediately. It was quite a late challenge on him from Keza Jimmy, out of which BFF wanted the call first. And following up on that play, it was RTC that wanted a handball call inside the box from BFF. But neither will get what they want. It will be BFF's ball to play. It was a slow challenge, but it is Keza Jimmy after all. That left foot was the undisciplined one. That first challenge with that right one was clean, but just a bit lazy and way too late from that left foot. Hopefully Somdoji is able to continue on. Both teams getting a cheeky break in the sidelines. 38 minutes in, a bit more than 5 minutes remain, and no team with the advantage yet. It is still RTC nil, BFF Academy nil as well. Sonam now back in play for BFF. It is through Kinga. They are taking the build-up. Deshodrakar back to Kinga. Switching it up, Nathaniel did have a chance to get out the end of the ball, but leaves it off for Sonam. And now on a promising run, Kilipenjo gets that outlet despite the triple team coming in. And unable to find a foot on the follow-up, Keza Jimmy sends it towards Nathaniel. One back strong from BFF, but the whistle will go against RTC for BFF with yet another opportunity. A couple of words there for Abdul Majid, who was making an appeal on that play there from Nathaniel Tete. The chance again, Rinzin Doji, although not really finding the mark, has not really been missing them too. So it may be another decent opportunity. Time and time again, we've seen heroics from their captain when it's mattered for BFF. If they ever have a chance to come back from their drought, this may be it, but that delivery sent back out by Chauka. And out towards Rinzin Doji, who will let it roll for a throw-in for BFF Academy. The 18-year-old captain carrying so much baggage on his shoulders. Again, pretty sure he would have been a part of RTC FC this season. Not quite sure what happened, but does seem like there was a setback and had to join BFF Academy again. Would have been a completely different match if that was the case. Completely different fate itself for BFF Academy too, who may have found it much more difficult despite having Sonam and Chinegeze carry on without their captain. Well, that is a what-if scenario here. Indeed, as this time BFF late challenge Tete down. Then RTC will get a whistle now from the other side. Again, a look at that. Getting that captain's armband towards Chimitsewa. At least in the first half, showing no signs of regret there from their coach. Does seem like he will continue on with the amazing job he's doing. There's Daniel Tete still down for RTC and has the medic over. On screen is the head coach for BFF Academy, Karma Dema, so far doing an amazing job with her boys. Always the hard part of being a coach for an institution is the fact that you do not have a long-term plan. You work with what you have in the years you have them for, and then 3 or 4 years later, it is a completely different squad you have to work with. And so far, she has one of her better teams in years to come as well, possibly, given the sheer talent in her depth right now. But to continue on with this promise, they may want to hold in a bit more. Shot goes directly. Sherab able to get a hand in. Barely punches it away. Still in play outside the box. Renzin Doji posted up strong against Sangye. They're able to flick it back. And now Chogel set up. Still Chogel help coming in from Rinzin. Up front options as well. Able to get a clean pass in. Rinzin Doji left foot. Way off to the side. Sometimes you win by your best player, sometimes you lose by your best player. And in the first half, Rinzin Toji unable to find a mark time and time again after so many chances. Nathaniel Tete looking for a chance on the other end, but in the meanwhile, look at this run from Chogel Sherab, all the way from one end, all to the other. All for Rinzin Toji. To simply send it in the other way. It was his left foot, which he is very capable with. One of the few players in the squad capable of operating with both feet. But this time that didn't really work out for him. Still may be a regret going into the halftime break, but the referee has signaled it for RTC to take the throw in. Lukin Tochi. Nathaniel Tete keeps it grounded. Past Tandon Sewong, but this time the challenge came in late again. RTC for yet another setup on that left flank. Nathaniel Tete down for the second time in a row. Hopefully, he will be able to come back up. He is struggling to get up on his knees. Seconds away, and yes, 2 more minutes has been awarded for additional time. Maybe one of their last chances. Before time ticks down and we hear the whistle from the referee, may want to take as much advantage as they possibly can. Last time did come close, forced that save from Sherab, but the goalkeeper unable to send it far out, still kept it inside the 6-yard box. For the chance at a follow-up for RTC, may want to exploit that again, decides to drive it in towards the wall from a wider angle, cut back in. Challenge comes in, a foot ends up clipping that ball out of bounds. Trilling is there, sends it out for a corner for RTC. Still retaining possession the last minute of play. Jimmy's hit him. RTC's fate for the season on his shoulders. The longer they draw this out, the longer top 3 goes away. Vampire wild swing and a miss. And now an offensive the other way. But Sangye is posted just at the right place to win possession right back. Half a minute remaining. Driven inside. Sherab Doji picking it up for what may be the last possession of this match. But he sends it in towards Abdul Majid Shamate, who sends it back out to Sherab Doji. A couple of seconds more taken off the clock. The referee may not award that much mercy. Not much drama in additional time for that anyways. Looking at his watch. Any second now, and there it is. So far, a fair match between the two, an equal showdown between BFF Academy and RTC FC up at home. The weather has turned favorable as well. A slight drizzle, but not really enough to bother the playing conditions here on the ground as we exit to the halftime break. 0-0 for both teams. Silence from both sides, but a lot of options, a lot of chances created, and it still may continue on for a bit. And as is the signature for both teams, may settle in for a last-minute drama. Not quite sure who it will be from, but do tune in. Until then, this was your commentator, Vintesh Soji. See you guys in the second half. Do let me know which team you think will come out on top. Do let me know who you want to see in the second half going forward. But until then, peace out.
Party time, man! Party time! I'm coming!
됐지도 않아. 야, 리키. 뜰게요, 이게.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kuzanko, and welcome to the second half of Match Day 50 between RTC FC here at home in one of the most scenic locations to play football up here in the BoB Bhutan Premier League, facing off against BFF Academy in orange. Both teams are still only at 0-0 each right now, despite so many chances. RTC at the end of a mistake all the way up front. RTC making things dangerous for BFF Academy inside the first 30 seconds of the restart. Plenty of pressure there. BFF not sure what they're doing. Tenzin trying to keep it short. And in the midst of it all, Pema Sangpo found an advantage through a shot. But again, that post not helping any shot that is coming towards it. Still hasn't found a proper shot off target. That looked like it could go in. Had a lot of runs early on that ended in sheer misses. From the side of BFF, Todo with the most memorable miss of the first half. Last time around again, none of these players on the ground were responsible for creating a goal against each other. It did end up in a 1-0 victory for RTC, courtesy of a shot from range from Jigdrel, who is on the bench. That got off a rebound, went towards Tilip, who headed it in. And both of these options on the bench. So maybe difficult going forward. Leg drop looking for an option down on the lane. Sangye are able to find a foot in, but it is towards Tenzin. Jimmy Sirim able to recover. Alu putting in just enough pressure, but still a pass available up front. Thought it was going towards Nathaniel Tete, but ended up with shut up. Last couple of games, it was Tenepenjo, their first goalkeeper, who started, but his performance not really the best in this stretch. A lot of easy shots he let in, a lot of shots low on the ground, not enough power that simply went past the BFF first goalkeeper. Right now, Sharap not really making the same mistakes as Nathaniel Tete. Unable to get at the end of that set up right inside the box. It was far post in the blind spot of Sharap Toji. We do have a little bit of sunshine here on the ground as well. One sunshine on the bench. But we do have rain coming in from afar. It was an unpredictable situation in the first half. Players having to deal with both rain and sun. And right now it does seem like it is rain up next. Leg drop coming in for the challenge. A bit late, unable to find the ball on any of his contacts. Tenzin. Chimi. Not really that harsh with that challenge, but was sold to perfection there from Dechok Drakar. Did get tripped, but did an amazing job getting himself heard from the referee as well. Time and time again, you try to fight through solid contact and you end up without a whistle. It was smart of these players as Rinzin Tochi unable to find a touch again. Solid run from their 18-year-old captain, just unable to find the back of the net past the end of Namgyal. You can't win without scoring, and a draw right now will help neither side. No changes in position if it is a draw. RTC, the better half of their matchups, will find Tenzin leg drop. Kinga committing to the angle right inside, does well, forcing that retreat out towards Sangyeres. But Chile is quick enough. Chimichong coming in. And then time the challenge to sheer perfection. Amazing calmness from the captain. No change in his expression at all as he went down for that ball. Love to see that sort of ambition and composure from your defenders, which RTC are really enjoying right now. Keza Jimmy fighting for possession against Tanifunso. It is the youngster out on top. Try to float it down over to Tandin Sewang, but way too far back. RTC's throw-in it is. On screen, Sangeze, part of the national team last year. This year, part of the under-23 national squad. Very young, only 21 years old, so a lot of promise going forward here in this club. A pretty young squad both ways. A lot of their course still way before their prime. Jimmy Sitim. Up front was Nathaniel Tete. Coming in is Kilepenjo, but Nathaniel able to find a step in. Was put down to the ground. Was a shove coming there. RTC not happy that they did not get that call. A lot of ones missed earlier. A lot of appeals that went passing away in the wind that is up here to see as they look for a solid drive in. Follow-up header sends it up in the air for Nomad's advantage. And the referee now having a couple of words for Nathaniel Tete, who is making his appeal heard. But again, look at that. A decent chance there. Shot saved brilliantly by Sharap, who had no chance. If that follow-up came in, almost had flashes of the last goal BFF faced versus RTC, which was a header from Dilip in a similar manner. Goalkeeper trying to recover up in the air, just went below his arms. Will it be a moment of regret, or will it be the start of something beautiful for RTC? But to get that answer, they will have to fight off a possession from BFF. Rizdoji. Chile had enough pace, but Chimisong coming in simply intimidated that run down for a goal kick for Denham Namgya. Jimmy Sittem, also a part of the national squad last year, does have the ability, if there's ever a need for the coaches, to want a talent in midfield, especially with this chance, with Babila out of that position. He is getting a lot of touches, a lot of chances to get his name heard in the BoB Bhutan Premier League scene, as RTC will find a chance up front, but way too far up. It is Sharap Tojis for an easy pickup for the BFF goalkeeper. Kels Jimmy. Back out to Jimmy Sittem. Still Keza Jimmy. Well, Kinza. Keza Jimmy at the end, however. Left foot tries to cut it in. Unable to find the space. A foot in the way. Rinzin Doji tried to flick it back, but Jimmy denial. Possession now the other way. Jimmy Sittem. Sange. Jimmy Sittem. Right up in. Bimazapal pulls up with that left foot, but again, as has been his undoing this season, still his shots flying way up above the crossbar. Sange finding advantage for RTC, who now have the numbers advantage right inside. Leg drop. Looking for Vampire. This time BFF has been given some breathing room. They have compacted. Sange is there. Fighting off strong, but way too pushy. It is RTC's ball to take. Hopefully Sange is down, did his best, may have felt some impact as he fell down on that right wrist. Always a fragile spot to land in. had injury concerns earlier with Nathaniel Tete, who was at the end of so many challenges from BFF Academy. Somtoji as well from the side, who faced so many from RTC, and right now Sangi Hezer, despite creating that amazing chance, amazing look, out of which RTC couldn't properly take advantage. It will be now the chance for an amazing setup, which could either go for a goal directly or even towards Tete or Abdul Majid Chamate, far post. Ramazanpo and Jimmy Sittim on the ball, a three-man wall to beat. There's the whistle. Vampire runs off. Jimmy Sittim it is. Delivery straight towards the goalkeeper, who is able to keep it grounded. A closer look at that effort from RTC early on. Solid goalkeeping from Sherab. Was able to keep that ball grounded and away from any sort of danger. Time and time again, BFF have fallen from the mistakes of their goalkeeper. But this time, looking solid, may finally get some hope up for their forwards. It is Doji putting in the pressure against Chimi, but none coming in. It is Sange. Sange is it to Kenza. Chogil Sherab coming in hefty with that right foot. Abdul Majid Chamate. Bema. Over to Chimi. This time BFF not putting many numbers up front. They are sitting deep, sitting inside their own half still. Pema Zampo at the end of a solid one touch there from Kenza Sange. Leg group up front. Got that header, got the contact he wanted. But just ended up milliseconds behind in that attempt. Only grazed that ball so slightly. But again, amazing effort. Now you look at the replay from Sherab Doji, who was making a solid reach for the ball as well. Keep it within margins, keep it within the post. Would have been a difficult effort for the goalkeeper. But it is still a what-if scenario nonetheless. Still nil for RTC. Still nil for BFF as we approach the 1 hour mark. Tendon Sewang. Played up long. Sonam Doji. Chimisang came in just in time. Then able to secure it and back out for a quick release. Nathaniel Tete. Chogil Sherab gets in just enough of a pressure there, forcing it off. It will be RTC who will get a throw in. BFF, a couple precious seconds. They want to get that back line consolidated. Stolen off with a successful double team. Rizin Doji finding a lot of space in midfield. Keza Doji, the only challenge coming in. Leg drop, solid help from behind. But by that time, ball already gone. Chile is there. Left footed. And way too strong there for Sonam Tochi. Respect the vision, but at some point may want to get the execution in tune as well. Chui has Sangye down the line, sends it up powerful up front towards Kinza. May find space pass. Kinga cuts it in, looking for teammates. Pema Zangpo cutting into that left. Red. Kinza blocked off on that first attempt. Still a ricochet in between every one of those bodies inside that box. And Pema now late to that challenge towards Sherab. May require some intervention there for the goalkeeper. Still waiting on the evaluation from the referee first. A closer look at that possession, pinballing between everybody. Still Kinzang able to keep it towards Pimazampo, who was looking for initiative, but tried to play on that ball. His boot ended up clipping the face of Sherab. But amazing display of hard depth from the goalkeeper. Despite that contact, is back up on his feet, taking a breather show. But nice to see that sort of tenacity from these youngsters. Does speak for volumes as to what this scene for Brunei's football will be like in a couple of years. It will be these youngsters repping the senior Dragon squad for years to come. And right now, if they are to fulfill even a part of the promise that they are putting on display right now, we do have a solid future. Tilling is a leg group came in solid and was able to get possession back for RTC. Sangye is playing it short down the line. Leg drop, enough pace but unable to get past the body of Tanin Sewang in the way. Back out to us, Sherab. Pressure coming and steady. That double team from RTC. Simply scary to face off against. And they are not stopping by any means. Their foot still on the gas. Jimmy Sidham looking for advantage down on that left. But again it is Tanin Sewang to deny yet another possession for RTC. Corner opportunity. Played short. From a better angle, right-footed back post. A solid swing with that header from Nathaniel Tete. Just unfortunate, it did not get even a whiff of the ball. BFF able to find advantage pass Abdul Majid, but unable to retain it for long. It will go back out. Sangye is there. Pressure coming in strong from Rinzin. Kinza barely able to get it back out. It is towards Tendo. Jimmy hit him. Not many options to work with BFF sitting deep. They do find an angle down on that left flank through to Sangye, but the offside flag is up. Sharp eyes there from Him Kumar Sumar. Will set it up immediately for a release over to RTC's goalkeeper, however. May not be the best of decisions they want, as Sonam Doji not having the best of games from his part. A lot of decisions going the wrong way from the side of BFF's number 10. Rushing things for sure. Not in tune with the tempo of the rest of his squad, as we have a substitution coming in for RTC. It is Nima Gelson 15 coming in for Nathaniel Tete. Tipton. On screen, Nima Gelson for RTC will go in. Nathaniel Tete not much luck up front. Played down the line. Sange is able to clip it off back towards Tenu. BFF discouraged from making a play on the ball. RTC steadily trying to look for angles. Jimmy Sedep not as active in the first half. But again, that credit goes to BFF for sitting deep or shutting off so many passing lanes for Vampire and Jimmy Sitim. And as such, Keza Jimmy not getting that many touches as well unless he is trying to win possession back. But with RTC, with BFF Academy in possession, maybe a different sort of battle RTC may want to deal with. That's Jimmy. Doing a great job as captain. On the other end, Rinzin Dorji, at the end of so many missed chances, may eventually want to get one of those going. 66 minutes in. Back out from Kes Jimmy. Abdul Majid Shamate. Up long this time, may find advantage for Kinzang, who is a step up in front of Chogal Cherap. With that ball at his feet, able to find leg drop, who goes down and out of balance, able to recover the possession. However, still BFF able to clear it off. Amazing hustle up front from Kinza, and that follow-up from Nima Gelson. Despite possession, threw it away immediately after. RTC. Sange is there. Back out to Jimmy. Smart there from Jimmy to little roll towards Keza Jimmy. And now on that right flank. Kilipenjo on that assignment. Back out Jimmy Sitim. Alu getting involved. Keza Jimmy. Jimmy. Sange. Left foot is perfect. The finish. Not quite so. An amazing pass that found its way past every defender from BFF and far behind leg drop. A solid chance for Nima Kelsen. Look at the accuracy on that pass and the touch as well. But just seems like he ended up sending it out with his shins. Way to control, hard to control with that one, and it will go out for a moment of sheer regret for RTC, who had their closest effort on goal. Simply a one-on-one situation. But there are two ways RTC could choose to go from here. Either use that as the spark for momentum, or choose to wait in regret. They get a chance. We will now see the answer. Vampire. Kinza up front, an option. It will go back out to Jimmy. Kes Jimmy. Abdul floats one off, skidded towards Sangyezer, back out. Jimmy. Keza Jimmy. BFF. Still sitting deep, able to find an advantage. Sangyezer gets a clean touch up towards leg drop. But one touch taking two defenders down. Man still down for RTC. Throw in for BFF after a bit of confusion. RTC. An amazing defensive effort, still keeping that ball out of play. BFF forcing that throw in still. Chimisedem able to get out the end of it. Mazampo this time has jumped to perfection. Ended up getting the final touch, kept it towards RTC. Chaos for everybody inside the center circle, but it will be out for BFF to take. A closer look at that hip check there from Mazampo. The same setup as round one of their matchup. Still goalless. 71 minutes in. BFF in possession. Sonam. Off to a stun in Sewa. Only one defender to beat on the right flank. Able to drag in two more down that middle. RTC clipping it off. Anyone's possession. Tileze. Corner for BFF Academy. It has been a while since they last found initiative on those chances. But if there ever was a chance, it may be time now to show us what they can do. Only question that remains is, can they? This is Doji dropping out for a shot from the edge of the box. Touch too heavy, and the defender closing in did not give him enough space to turn around. Delivery right down the middle. Header sends it back out. And Sangi is able to send it out far and wide. Rinzin Doji trying to get a touch in. Unable to do so against that matchup versus Ugandoji. It will still be BFF's throw in to take. RTC right now doing an amazing job defending those waves that are coming in from BFF Academy. Chogal set up from a range where he could have taken that shot. But defender closing in, decided not to. This time, chance, Techo Drakar. Decided to take it down the left. It has given RTC enough time to regroup. Will it be enough? Chaos inside. Chimit Sewang comes in with a scissor kick. Chogal shut up. Back out down the middle. And the whistle to signal handball will send possession the other way as we have a substitution coming in for RTC. It is Sangi Yeze, the 21-year-old, being subbed out for Jimmy Namgyal. Solid job from RTC's number 30 to start the game. 70 minutes of sheer brilliance in that partnership with Jimmy Sidham and Chimit Sewang. If we are to see the same impact we saw from Numa Gelson that we saw in the first couple of minutes of having been brought in the match, well, it should be quite a dramatic spark for RTC. Again, right as I said, advantage up front. Numa Gelson, ridiculous pace. Still keeps it, almost kept it in. As we have a substitution coming in for BFF Academy as well. It is Tendru Gelson coming in for Ham Tenzin. On screen, Tendru Gelson, Digel. As he scored as well, to supplement that forward role, make it a bit easier for Rinzai Tojiso. The Mantinley is to work with one more partner. As Vampire sends it out long. Kenza keeps it under control, but by that time they now have to face off a much more solid and a much more punched up backline from the side of BFF, who do well clearing it off. Tanupunso for an RTC throw-in, played quick back towards Abdul. Keza Jimmy back towards Abdul. Digel. Send up long. Kinzang. At the end of a surprise advantage there, even for himself. Thought a defender was coming in. By the time he realized that, one actually came. And no longer a shot. It was Sheriff Toji who simply had that ball bouncing his way and Digel clips it off, keeps it under control for Keza Jimmy. Tenupunso. Digel. Still Digel. Amidst those three, able to find his footing on most of that possession, but now Jimmy's hit him. Because Jimmy way too up front. Quarter over in our left. Kinza. A brilliant ball up front. One-on-one opportunity. Yeah! Misses wide. The second time he's missed in a one-on-one opportunity. The first time around, sent it over the crossbar inside at the edge of the 6-yard box. And this time, look at that pass. Kinzang timed it to sheer brilliance. Had Chogal Sharaf coming in, but even with that, missed out to the left. Was his first touches the last time around. This time, not many excuses remain. Still a goalless draw in a match where they need to win to secure a better standing. Kinza, a perfectly weighted pass over to the other end. May have been a bit too much, too narrow an angle for a shot. Defenders have closed in as well from BFF. They do have the numbers advantage, still forcing one in. It is a corner for RTC. Dangerous passes coming in for the home side Blues. Only a matter of time until one of their shots connects. On the other end for BFF, they are not even getting the chances here in the second half, which they did in the first. Jimmy hit him. Without Nathaniel Tete, it may be Abdul Majid. Abdul at the end of that corner. This time able to find some space as he jumped back to get his head under that ball. But BFF did a brilliant job denying the defender that space he needed to find that accuracy for that header. And now up front, RTC for the throw-in. Jimmy Sitton lays it back towards Abdul. Shimmy. Chauka playing it long, able to beat the defender. Ugen. Still Ugen down the line. A jersey matchup. Chinliazer coming in. Kinza. Pemazangpo to the left, driven in. RTC unable to find contact despite so many numbers inside the box. Trying again the other way. As BFF able to put together a decent hustle, out of which they do clear it off. And now a lot of space in midfield for BFF Academy. They hand it over to their captain, Rinzin Tochi. One more chance at redemption. Tried to get help from Digel all the way down in the middle. But that pass ended up being way too far behind for any of his teammates. A lackluster quality in those passes coming in from BFF Academy. May not be their win condition for today. They do have Chinliazer. Solid defending there from RTC, denying that angle for Chinliazer, who is still making a play on that ball up against Keza Jimmy. Chinliazer finding advantage, able to get past Keza. Pass outside the D area, now at the edge of the box. Dodo left foot is way too out again. What is happening to all of the players out here at RTC today? So many shots they are getting. So many shots they are being way too wild with. Certain times it ends up rewarding you. But certain times you need a bit of composure alongside all of those. Because it will not matter if you end up goalless after 10 minutes. 81 minutes on the clock. BFF in possession. RTC able to get a foot in. Pressure on Chogal Sharap. Vampire coming in. Jimmy on the other end did well as BFF are forced to send it out for a throw in for RTC. Deep inside BFF territory this time around. If they play their cards right, may get a couple of decent looks. Vampire pulling up left foot, way too driven, clipped off on the heels there by Chogal Sharap. Barely able to keep it on line. It will be Sharap Doji to take it up for BFF Academy. Back out to Chauka. Now on that left again. Amazing passes coming in from RTC. Leg drop. Able to keep it on line. Barely hugging the line. Pema Zampo. Left foot cuts it in. Unable to keep it inside. It will be BFF's possession back in, despite the sheer promise we saw as those passes came in. Amazing defending as well from Kinga, able to keep himself just in stride, just in the angle, just in the lane of that pass that was supposed to come in from Pema. Could have forced it out for a corner, but there is a movement now past and now up front. Header won by BFF. Chime, amazing elevation up in the air to win that header. Still yes there for BFF. Curls it over to that left. Rinzin Doji has help in Alu, looking for that one-on-one. Out of which Rinzin Doji will lose. Solid defending there from Jimmy Namgyal. Will earn RTC possession back. A bit casual there from RTC, but not quite sure how we got here. Ended up, according to plan, Ugintoji. Clipped off by Decho Draka, stolen off by Digel, and now Rinzin Doji at the end of it all. On that left, Abdul up front. Help coming in down the side, still decides to take the shot. And off to the side of the nets it is. Close call there as Rinzin able to keep that elevation grounded enough to put it on target. Force the defenders and to come in, and despite the deflection, able to put in a decent threat. Out of which they did earn a corner. Now on the left. So far they have done getting under the end of these passes coming in. The crosses coming in from these situations. May want to do so again. As a perfectly lofted one is flicked behind by Decho Drucker. And it will be RTC's ball to take. Chimmy. Off to Abdul. Way too hard on that pass that came in from Tanin Sewang. Had Tandin. Actually, is it also an option as we have multiple substitutions coming in for RTC. And it is a couple of interesting faces. We'll have to wait for possession to go dead before we come back in. Keza Jimmy looking for an advantage before the subs ever step in. Amazing feint there from Jimmy Sidim. Now with space courtesy. Actually, is it going the other way? The Mazangpo barely kept it alive and BFF sends it out, and with that we have the substitutions underway for BFF RTC. Dilip is coming in for Tenzin leg drop. Ugandoji is coming out. Keldon Dobke coming in, a face many of you may recognize from social media. A platform which he is doing amazingly well at, alongside a couple of others from RTC. Always have to respect that hustle, because as an athlete, you do have to do a great job marketing yourself to earn a suitable living. Is the same globally, and it is nice to see Bhutanese footballers finally embracing that lifestyle. Again, a quick rundown of the substitutions that came in. Dilip Mongar came in for leg drop. Keldon Topge came in. Ugamochi came in. Taken out Workeza Jimmy. Solid collision in the middle. Tandem Punso went tumbling as Vincent Doji and Abdul. A feisty exchange between the two. The referee still not satisfied with the conclusion. Frustrations for both teams, still without a goal, but last time around it was Dilip who found the only goal of the game that got RTC the 3 points. This time around his energy might be needed, let alone the energy. It is coming in from everyone from the side of RTC today. Not quite sure what they were fed going into this match. Pretty sure it is chana fried rice for both sides, but seems like it was a better quality for RTC. It may be Dilip's clinical finishing and efficiency they need up front. They are getting a lot of chances. Their midfielders, their defenders are doing an amazing job manifesting those positions all the way from their goalkeeper. All they need is a guy who can reliably put it in to the back of the net up front, and Dilip very well may be it. Hard to find a guy with more hunger than RTC's number 9. As Chauka again with an amazing challenge. That tackle came in clean, halted the ball right in his path, but danger still not averted. Chinle Yeze a bit too handsy there on that challenge. But Ugandochi too strong to go down, able to still retain possession. Chiminamgel back out. Kenza helping out all the way in the back. Chauka, Chimisitim. Possible advantage down on that right flank, but 90 minutes on the clock. 4 more minutes of additional time have been awarded for these teams to make their final burst of effort to leave all they have here on the ground and get those 3 points that they very well need. For BFF, 3 points to stay away from the bottom half of the table. For RTC, 3 points to stay inside the top 4 and near to the top 3 as Kinza with that header got it in, but Dilip expecting it a bit too far behind, unable to make a run forward at all. Shut up. So far, the BFF goalkeeper has been amazing. Time and time again, we have seen him get his minutes. There were 2 matches where they opted to play the third goalkeeper, and right now it is Sharap back at the helm for BFF. Chimmy. Amazing effort from RTC's captain for today, Chauka, whose efforts have single-handedly shut off so many advantages this time. Rinzin Doji's run denied again. Tendum Namgyal. Pressure coming in heavy milliseconds late on that timing. Sonam Doji putting enough pressure as Abdul will send it out to the sides. Possession for RTC. Last 2 minutes on the clock. Jimmy Sirin playing it up long. Kinga able to send it back out to deny that run from Vampire. But now returning in kind. Chile rolled over the ball. Challenge coming in clean from RTC. It will be a throw-in for the home side. Amazing pace there. The sheer mind-blowing acceleration from the number 19 of BFF Academy. But Chile is there, unable to keep possession. Will be rewarded with 1. A couple seconds later, still possession for BFF to get down the middle. Waited way too long. Chimmy coming in, helping up on that build-up. Dilip gets past Drakar. A pass up front, clipped by the backline of BFF Academy. Gets it towards Sharap again. So much promise. As Chauka looking to get involved himself. Up in RTC's failing attempts time and time again. Simply ended as they tried a bit too much. Riz Doji with that header flicks it back towards Abdul. Kenza on the wing. 1-on-1. Versus Tandin Sewang. Pass goes out towards Kelvin. Jimmy Namgyal. Standing color inside the box, but 2-on-1. No advantage for RTC. Uyawachu denying the lane through. That switch is open. Now able to find a proper pass. Tandin Sewang. Dodo! An amazing build-up from BFF, who within seconds got that ball up to Dodo. Again, 1 touch up front. The second, Dodo simply seconds too late. And with that, we have the last possession of the match. And it is for BFF. 4 minutes past 90. That is all that was allotted. The last chance. And Tendrup just well, denying the advantage for BFF. Heading into the end of the match. But threat not over yet. Alu stepping up on the other side. A closer look at that up high in the air from Dechok Drucker to head it in was on target. And Tendrup able to react quickly enough. The chance for a win now out of their hands. The chance for a draw still alive. BFF, however, may want to say no to that effort. Ricochets off, out of which Pema Zampo now with advantage. A left foot played up, looking for Dilip, but stolen away by Kinga. There is the whistle. Round 1 ended in a draw, courtesy of solid effort from Dilip. But round 2, BFF will come back up and get themselves at least a point back in the board. Last 5 games, 4 losses. The recent one a draw. They will continue on with 1 more. RTC on the other end, 2 wins, 2 draws in their last 4 after this match. But it was a solid bit of football. So many chances created, but it is the mercy of football after all. 0 for RTC, 0 for BFF Academy is how this match will end. But until the next one, Still a long run up ahead in round 2 of the BoB Bhutan Premier League. And until the next one, see you guys again. This was your commentator, Ravinder Shitoji. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your love. Peace out.
Uploaded in YouTube. Uploaded in YouTube.
이게 그리운 문학이.